Do a quick video once more. This is the clinical coordinator at Lenape Valley Foundation. The same person that thought it would be a genius idea for apparently no reason to start stalking me online, Googling me, finding information about me that wasn't true, then utilizing that information to discriminate against me, and then coming up with a bunch of bullshit stories that made no sense. Okay, and me letting it go for a bunch of months. Okay, I didn't make a big deal out of it, but she never really clarified as to why she was stalking me online, or why she came to the conclusions she came to that were inaccurate, or why she utilized false information from my stalkers, working in tandem most likely with my stalkers, to harass and to basically discriminate against me as a white heterosexual male. This is her thing from Health Grades. Amazingly, she got a pretty high rating, probably because she only had like one review. I just wanted to make sure people that, search Lenape Valley on YouTube on here understand, they find my videos as well as Lenape's, so that they understand what's going on there. And that if they're a heteronormative white man, this is her name, what she is, her number, that they should not receive services from this place. They have a very high chance of being discriminated against, and I wouldn't want to see that happen. When you work in mental health, you meet a lot of women that work in mental health because the field is majority women. A lot of the women are batshit insane that work in mental health, okay? Pretty much everybody that works in mental health is batshit insane, and you kind of have to be to work in the field, I think, a little bit. But the point is, one of the things you'll notice about women that work in mental health, especially high-ranking women that work in mental health, they tend to have histrionic personality disorder, whether it's diagnosed or not. If you look at the symptoms of histrionic personality disorder, they tend to have it, and to be honest, I think Allison Jenkins has it. Now, I can't legally diagnose her, but I can tell you that I think she has it. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. She's a kook, and the fact of the matter is, it's interesting because one of two of the people that were outtake coordinators at Pendel Mental Health, the one was a kook named Heidi Hughes that had frickin' rainbow-colored hair and was like an LGBTQIAP activist and couldn't grasp the fact that the reason that Spanish-speaking people weren't coming to Pendel Mental Health for therapy was the fact that we didn't have anybody to provide therapy that spoke Spanish. She thought it was some kind of cultural divide, which I guess it was. Nobody spoke Spanish. But she thought it was because everybody there was Caucasian heteronormative, which was actually not the case. Pendel Mental Health actually had a pretty diverse workforce. A lot of Indians, a lot of whites, a lot of Jewish people, a lot of Arab people. There was a healthy mix of a lot of different people, Taiwanese people, Chinese people, Japanese people. A lot of different kinds of people provided therapy at Pendel Mental Health as well as other services, including a lot of Hispanic people. It just so happened that nobody really spoke Spanish. So what is histrionic personality disorder? Okay. Histrionic personality disorder is a mental health condition marked by intense, unstable emotions and a distorted self-image. The word histrionic means dramatic or theatrical. Kind of like when somebody looks somebody up on the internet without their knowledge, and it doesn't even seem to correlate their job, and then goes absurdly insane about it, and spreads the false information they find amongst their coworkers and paints a picture that isn't true so that everybody pays attention to them, kind of like Miss Jenkins did. For people with histrionic personality disorder, their self-esteem depends on the approval of others and doesn't come from a true feeling of self-worth. They have an overwhelming desire to be noticed and often behave dramatically or inappropriately to get attention. You know, kind of like, well, like I previously said, looking up a client that isn't even your client, it's your supervisee, your underling's client, looking them up on the internet, finding false information that you know to be false information because the guy just got released from a hospital that your organization had tried to erroneously 302 him into, where the psychiatrist said, no, your organization's wrong. This guy's right. He's telling the truth. And then you find this false information, you perpetuate this false information, and you share this false information amongst the members of your organization. Now, anybody that's worked in mental health knows how women gossip. And everybody knows that they gossip and gossip and gossip, and that's all over that organization. So people with histrionic personality disorder, like I believe Miss Jenkins has, often don't realize their behavior and way of thinking may be problematic. In fact, she doesn't. She thinks there's nothing wrong with the way she thinks, with what she did, or anything like that. Histrionic personality disorder is one of a group of conditions called Cluster B personality disorders, which involve dramatic and erratic behavior. Who does histrionic personality disorder affect? Histrionic personality disorder usually begins in the late teens or early 20s. Women and people assigned female at birth, so women, let's cut this assigned female at birth shit. Women are commonly diagnosed with histrionic personality disorder more than men. How common is histrionic personality disorder? 1% of people have the condition. Although I think that it's underdiagnosed, I think that if you were to actually do research with the women that work in mental health, you'd see that percent jump. And I would assume that probably the percentage of women that have histrionic personality disorder that work in mental health or related fields, I think you'd see that probably at about 75%. What are the signs of histrionic personality disorder? Feel underappreciated or depressed when they are not the center of attention. Have rapidly shifting and shallow emotions. They're dramatic and extremely emotionally expressive, like how she was trying to talk to me on the phone, even to the point of embarrassing friends and family in public. She has thoroughly embarrassed my therapist. I know that for a fact. Have a larger-than-life presence. They are persistently charming and flirtatious. They are overly concerned with their physical appearance, as you can tell from her photograph. They use their physical appearance to draw attention to themselves by wearing bright-colored clothing or revealing clothing. Someone else was like that. People might remember my little Latina friend from Argentina. Okay, they act inappropriately sexual with most of the people they meet, even when they're not sexually attracted to them. Kind of like my friend from Argentina. They speak dramatically and express strong opinions, but with few facts or details to support their opinions. Well, they speak dramatically and express strong opinions with few facts or details to support their opinions. Kind of like when a moron Googles me and finds a bunch of false crap out about me, and then spreads it amongst her workplace where I'm receiving treatment. They're gullible and easily influenced by others, especially by people they admire. They think that their relationships with others are closer than they usually are. They have difficulty maintaining relationships, often seeming fake or shallow in their interactions with others. They need instant gratification. These are the kind of people that if you say, I'll give you a candy bar today or 3 candy bars tomorrow, will always take that candy bar today. They need instant gratification and become bored or frustrated very easily. They constantly seek reassurance or approval. What causes histrionic personality disorder? Genetics. Histrionic personality disorder tends to run in families. Childhood trauma. Children may cope with trauma, such as child abuse or the death of a family member, that later as an adult may be disruptive or problematic in their life and become part of a personality disorder. Parenting types. Children who experience parenting styles that lack boundaries are often indulgent or inconsistent and may be more likely to develop histrionic personality disorder. In addition, parents who display dramatic, erratic, volatile, or inappropriate sexual behavior put their children at risk for developing this condition. Some researchers think that problems in parent-child relationships lead to the characteristic low self-esteem in people with histrionic personality disorder. Okay, histrionic personality disorder is diagnosed, because healthcare, personality disorders include histrionic personality disorder can be difficult to diagnose since most people with the personality disorder don't think there's a problem with their behavior or their way of thinking. This woman doesn't think there's a problem with her behavior or way of thinking. When they do seek help, it's often due to conditions such as anxiety or depression. Kind of like how my therapist told me that I needed to be understanding of this woman because she had vicarious trauma, which is it's just attention seeking. It's saying that you're traumatized by the people's traumas that you're giving therapy to. It's just a way to seek attention and basically use other people's trauma to get people to pay attention to you, essentially. Do I think that it exists? Yes, but not to the point that some of these people try to make it out. Due to the problems created by their personality disorder. When a mental health professional, such as a psychologist or psychiatrist, suspects someone might have histrionic personality disorder, they often ask broad, general questions that won't create a defensive response or hostile environment. Okay. Things about past history of relationships, previous work history, reality testing, impulse control. Because a person suspected of having histrionic personality disorder may lack awareness of their behaviors, mental health professionals might ask to collect information from the person's family and friends. Mental health providers base a diagnosis of histrionic personality disorder on criteria for the condition in the American Psychiatric Association's Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Okay, these are some of the things. They're uncomfortable when not the center of attention, seductive or provocative behavior, shifting and shallow emotions, uses appearance to draw attention, impressionistic and vague speech, dramatic or exaggerated emotions, suggestible, easily influenced by others, considers relationships more intimate than they are. How is histrionic personality disorder treated? In most cases, people with histrionic personality disorder don't believe their behaviors are problematic. They also tend to exaggerate their feelings and dislike routine, which makes following a treatment plan difficult. Psychotherapy, yada. As with most crap, this is all a load of shit. Cognitive behavioral therapy, this is a structured Can histrionic personality disorder be prevented? My point is, chick's nuts. That's all for this video.